Hey guys, welcome back to the English Gentleman Gamer with me, Roscoe. Bit of retro action. F-Zero on the Super Nintendo. I've been putting off this video for quite some time because it's one of the more famous Super Nintendo games, but I just don't like it, basically. I'll be honest. I even prefer Mario Kart to this, and I don't really like Mario Kart all that much on the Super Nintendo. Excuse me. Of the kart racing type games, I preferred one called Street Racer, which also supported 4-player if you had a multi-tap. I think I got it a 4-player. 1 to 2. I did have a multi-tap. I got the... Was it Hudson Soft made it? Or was it Nintendo? I can't remember. This is because I fucked up the buttons here. I can never remember the configuration on the shitty joypad I have on the PC when I do these. Hence, most games end up doing it wrong for the first few minutes. But I was impressed by this game, don't get me wrong. When I first played it, I was very impressed by it. Visually, I wasn't overly knocked out by this audio, I've got to be honest. I mean, I like this game a lot more than I like Pilot Wings, which I never found enjoyable in any way, shape or form, to be quite honest. But after, I had this game from when I bought Super Nintendo. I had it for quite a while, and I just didn't play it very often. I don't like the... It's always pissed me off in racing games when you can be in last place and say you're a lap behind at the end of the first lap, say, for argument's sake, and then you thrash the shit out of it, you pass everybody, and then, you know, within 2 laps you've overtaken the person leading. So you're obviously considerably faster than that person, and yet they manage to then miraculously stay on your tail the entire time. It annoys me. I know it would be less of a challenge, but it just pisses me off personally. I mean, not as much as Mario Kart annoys me. The whole fucking, you know, first place start to finish, and then suddenly you're in last place after being bananaed out your arse and inked in your face and all the other carry-on that goes on when you're winning. Anyway, if you've never played this game, you've got to check it out. It's different. I mean, obviously you can see what it's all about. It's a kind of precursor almost to Wipeout, because it was based on speed and all that, and, you know, kind of snazzy graphics. The soundtrack wasn't massively awesome in my opinion, but I think they kind of scrimped a bit on that one. The track variations is another thing I find quite bland. Mario Kart tracks considerably more exciting to look at, even if they are all, you know, flat basically. There's at least different things in your way and things to look at on Super Mario Kart, whereas I find this fucking piss boring. That neon shit down the side, just all it ever did was give me a headache. I mean, I know that all the games magazines have masturbated over this game when it came out, but you're comparing a, you know, a NES game where you've got shit like micro machines, which, as fun as it is, does look fairly rudimentary, shall we say. And then you've got this game comes in 3D and Mode 7's whizzing everything around, but if you're honest, there's better looking games on the Super Nintendo than this, by a long way. In more enjoyable racing games, in my opinion. I mean, one of my favourite racing games on the Super Nintendo would probably be Rock and Roll Racing. I thought that was an awesome game. You know, the soundtrack. I mean, I kind of like that isometric 3D view. I like that Iron Man Stewart on the Nintendo. I always enjoyed that one as well. I never found this game particularly fun, to be honest. I kind of played it because it was there, and I played it because all the magazines said it was good. I can't put my hand on my heart and say I really enjoyed it. If you've never played it, though, like I say, if you've never played it and you've got access to, or the ability to play Super Nintendo games in one way or another, be it an emulator or one of these retro machines that can play 5 game systems in one, or an actual Super Nintendo would be the best way of doing it in my opinion, it's worth a look. And it's one of them. You might like it, you might not. I just don't particularly find it. There's other racing games I'd rather spend my time playing, to be honest. I'd rather play Mario Kart than this, but I'd rather play Street Racer, which I thought was more humorous and more enjoyable, or I'd rather play Rock and Roll Racing. I'm struggling to think of many other racing games on the Super Nintendo right this minute. There's stuff like, was it Top Gear 3000 was alright. I mean, that was kind of like a F1 where the scenery's like supposed to be in the distance, and more like Outrun, but just a plain racing game rather than a chase thing like Outrun actually was. But that Top Gear game was quite good. But anyway, guys, that's my negative opinion of F-Zero. Try and pick a game I'm a bit more upbeat about for the next video. But I thought it was about time I played F-Zero. brought it to the channel because I've put off playing it for a long time because I don't like it. But it's an important game in the history of the Super Nintendo. It showed off a certain amount of graphical prowess. It was certainly quick. You can't deny that when you get later on and you get the turbos and stuff. It was pretty quick. But anyway, I've done enough talking now, guys. So I will leave you to it. Thanks for listening, watching, whatever, and I'll catch up with you soon. See you later. Bye.